Okay, let's go. How are we doing? Boy, what a night last night was. What a great night last night was. What do we got? It's 54 and clear. Yeah, that sounds about right. We got no Dolphin game on this Sunday, so we're good to go there. So, um, what did we see last night? Let's look at the scores here while everybody's. I didn't get a chance to look at everything. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. All right, hey Tariffs, how you doing, buddy? Bex, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? Huh? Science says yes. Sabrango looked good last night. Yeah, definitely. Um, definitely showed up, in my opinion, a little bit more than Balinskis did. So hopefully that's the way that Maurice is going to leave it. Yeah, everyone in the Atlantic started saying, "Go crap, we need to actually play." Right? So let's see what we had last night. So yesterday, the Bruins beat the Hurricanes. Jets beat the Penguins. That's good news. Preds beat the Flames. The Sharks beat the Avalanche in overtime. You know what happened with the Panthers. The Canadians beat the Sens in overtime. Everybody gets a point. Wild beat the Canucks. The Jackets even kept up the pace by beating the Blues. The Sabres beat the Capitals. Everybody gets a point. The Leafs beat the Flyers. Devils beat the Kings. The Oilers beat the Blackhawks in overtime. And the Rangers won a game in overtime 3-2. Which puts, let's see, good grief. What a mess the Atlantic is. Canadians at 18, Wings at 16, Senators and Bruins at 14, Panthers, Leafs, Sabres at 13, and the Lightning, who have won 4 games in a row, somehow find themselves in last place. Somehow the Lightning have won 4 straight, find themselves in last place. What can you do? And then over in the Metro, you've got the Devils, 18, Penguins, 16, Jackets and Hurricanes and Rangers at 14, Flyers, Capitals, 13, and the Islanders at 11. It's incredible. It is just as insane as I've ever seen it. Let's see. I know some people want to chat here. Let's go, Joyful. Good for you. Yeah, Henderson says that I catch the Tanev injury? Sportsnet was trying so hard to call it a slew foot. I have a serious problem with broadcasters who knowingly mislead viewers who might not know any better. Definitely not a slew foot. I mean, definitely not. I saw it. Hopefully he's okay, obviously. Lil J says they weren't calling it a slew foot. They were comparing it to one. I don't know, man. I kind of heard him call it a slew foot. That's the announcers I heard. I forget the video. It might have not even. I mean, I'm not sure whose announcers it was, but they were saying it's kind of like a slew foot. I mean, they said it a couple of times, but it is what it is. And the color guy said, "Yeah, a little, right?" Might be a broken back for Tanev. Jeez. I know I heard that they said he was moving and felt like he'd be okay, but I didn't know about that part. Hey, Mike. Hey, he says the heck with the Dodgers, but then the heck with the Blue Jays. Midnight Solar. Yeah, the Jackets are there, right? Where are we? Columbus Jackets are in third place. The Jackets are in third place. Go figure. It's just going to be a wild finish. Jackets have won 4 straight. Rangers have won 3 straight. The Capitals have lost 4 straight, and now the Rangers are ahead of the Capitals. Stop. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Hey, Rosado. Yeah, what a game last night. Hey, Kyle and I, for those of you who missed it, we stayed up, live streamed the whole World Series game. And when it was 3-0, now I'm not going to say I predicted anything, but I might have trolled a little bit. When it was 3-0, I kept saying how it was going to be very disappointing to the Jays fans when they end up blowing the lead in the 9th inning and losing the game. But it's not. I just was being a smartass. I was just being a smartass. One Water Crazy guy says, "What's up with the Flames?" From what we've heard from the Flames guy that comes here, I guess they kind of feel like they're using Wolf just too much. So they're 2-9-2, allowed 42 goals. 47 goals in 13 games. And we've looked up his numbers before, but Dustin Wolf right now has started 11 games. He's got a 3.63 and an 8.81. It's just bad for him. His game logs the last 5 games, so 3 goals, 4 goals. He did win a game where he only allowed the Rangers to get a goal. But, I mean, this last game, he allowed 3 goals on 11 shots, and he only played 1 period. I mean, it's just absurd. Poor dude is. I mean, they've played 13 games, and he started 11 of them. It's unbelievable. Mike, yeah, that was a hell of a game last night. Hey, Ruthless. Hey, the Sharks are doing. I mean, the Sharks are. Where are we? I'm already in the Western Conference, Jaws. They're not in last place. They're not in last place. You know, I just given Kyle something here. Sharks 4-6-2. At least they're not the Flames, right? And the Canucks ain't that far. I mean, the Canucks ain't that far away from the Sharks. Jeez, Jameson, I hope you're gonna be okay. Vincent says 500 hockey. Is this what I wanted? I mean, it's what we got. It's what we got, man. No doubt. Hey, Adonis. Yeah, we had a good time last night. You know, it was good to stream something different. Definitely good to stream something a little bit different. That's not what I wanted to do. In terms of 500 hockey, I mean, yeah, the Bruins are really 500, 7-7-0. They're the definition of 500. It's just a mess. And it's funny that the Lightning find themselves in last place when everybody above them except the Wings and Canadians, they have a better goal differential. The Lightning are at 0. They won 4 straight, and they're in last place. Unbelievable. Beautiful World Series last night. Rosado says I should stream some Marlins versus Orioles games. I don't know. We'll see. You know, I got to talk to Kyle about that stuff. I'd have to do it my own. Henderson says when it was 3-0, I was already getting it was 4-1 vibes. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to be, right, Henderson? Is playing for a Toronto team in a Game 7 with a 3-goal lead. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Mike says that Maple Leaf look just had to smear its way over to the Blue Jays or luck. Yeah. Look, on one hand, I feel bad. I genuinely do feel bad for Toronto fans. On the other hand, it's like most of us could kind of see that coming. Like some places are just cursed. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Both teams had so many chances in that game. I mean, the number of times there was at least 2, if not 3 times where either team had bases loaded and nobody scored. I mean, the Jays could have won it in the bottom of the 9th, and then they could have won it. I mean, the dude breaks his bat, and grounds into a World Series ending double play. I mean, come on, man. I got to feel bad for that dude. Real says, like every team in the Atlantic had a game, to go to overtime again, right? I know, Mike, all the Toronto fans were believing yet again in one of their teams. I feel, on a human level, I feel bad for them. But I grew up watching the Dodgers, so not that I'm a big baseball fan anymore, but did I see the clip of Leafs fans throwing jerseys on the ice in Columbus? No, I did not see that, Owls. Yeah, what in the name of God did Toronto sacrifice in 93 for that World Series win? It's so 93 is when did the Canadians win? They were the last NHL team, right? So who was the last team? Was it the Jays or let me see, the Canadians won in 93. And then I guess the Jays won in October of 93, right? Right? So yeah, because there was no World Series in 94. So that's interesting. So the Canadians, the Habs won in 90. Well, it says 93, but was it 93, 94 or 92, 93? They say in 93, the Canadians' victory in 1993. So so I guess that means that the Canadians won in May or June, whenever they were playing in 93, and then the Blue Jays won in October of 93, and that's it. That's it. Vincent says Jaws is trolling the Toronto fans and dying inside. No, I would never do that. There's a part of me that feels bad for him. But the part of me that feels bad for him is like, you had to know. Like they had to know. They had a 3-2 series lead, right? They had to know what was coming. Hey, thank you, Trey. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Trey. Real, it was the 92-93 season for the Habs. Okay. Yeah. And then because there was no 93-94, right? Is that the one? Thank you, Trey. Henderson says maybe this is actually Harold Ballard still having an icy grip on the franchise from the afterlife. Oh, man. So it's a shame that, the fans are all there. You watch all the kids that were watching. They had their chances, man. But when the other team has a dude that threw 96 pitches last night and still comes in the next night and shuts you down for, what did he pitch? 3 innings? What did he pitch? He was over 30 pitches. Russell Bleeding Blues. Hey, I was really quiet last night with that performance from the Blues. How bad was it? I looked, but I didn't. You guys lost to the Jackets. Gee, and you didn't even get the overtime. Man. Here's the thing about it now, though, is that when you look at the standings and you say, oh, I lost to this team, or oh, I lost to this team, the only team that's an embarrassment right now really to lose to are the Flames. Everybody else, I mean, let's see. So the Senators have 14 points. They're in 3rd place, right? So There are exactly one in the Eastern Conference. The Senators are in third place with 14 points. The Blue Jackets are in third place with 14 points. There's one team that's not within one game of third place, and that's the Islanders, and they're 3 points away. So in the entire Eastern Conference, there's only one team that's not one win away from being in third place. So there's no embarrassment to losing to any of those teams. Now, when you get to the West, it's a little bit different. The Mammoth have 16 points, but the Kraken have 14. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that are not within a game, and that's a little bit more normal. But it's still just crazy. Avalanche, Jets, Mammoth, and then Knights, Oilers, Kraken. The Oilers are creeping up there a little bit. Kings have lost 2. The Kraken have lost 2. The Ducks have won 2. And they're creeping on up. So there's really only team that you'd be embarrassed to lose to right now would be the Flames. And I guess, I'm sorry to say it, Russell, but the Blues need to get off the schneid there a little bit, right? Yeah, Rosado, his arm must be dead. Yamamoto is not human. That's right, Dana. The Raptors won the NBA championship in 2019, so I guess that counts for something. That's true. But are we sure that basketball is even still a sport? It might be all rigged, right? Henderson says deserve to win a meter. What did it say? Hey, Silva, you turned off the TV when the Stars started scoring. Hockey Guy moved us from 13 to 12. Ooh, boy. All right. Hey, Dark Fear. Yeah, you guys are playing the Kings today. What games do we have today? Shouldn't be too many. Lightning, Mammoth, Jackets, Islanders, Flames, Flyers, Sharks and Wings, and Devils and Ducks. So the Lightning start the day in last place, but because of inactivity, and if they win their game, they go from last place to third place because they would have 14 points in 12 games, which is a better mark than everybody else. So the Lightning could start today in last place and wind up in third. And it's like this. I don't know which one of these teams is going to tank in the Atlantic. You know what I mean? There's no teams here that I would expect to be like, well, they'll go back to normal. I mean, the Sabres and Bruins, they're not that terrible anymore. It's wild, man. Vincent says Blues can give us Broberg if they're going to throw this season. Yeah. How'd you guys like Sabrango last night? I thought he looked good. Is it just me, or did Sabrango look a little bit Brandon Montour-ish to anybody else? JC says, as someone who's lived in Toronto for a year, I'm happy, LOL. Doesn't matter the sport. The fans are toxic, overconfident, entitled, and pompous. That's not my words. That's JC said that. Dana says a lot of the Blue Jays fans going home after the game were left stranded because the subway shut down. Oh. Henderson, you think Detroit will choke? Oh, maybe. I mean, anybody's a maybe, right? Real says the Lightning played a Mammoth. Lots of Panthers players there. Oh, they're going to be at the game, I guess. Crazy Man says the Sabres will have a shitty month at some point. Sure. I mean, eventually it'll happen, right? Yeah, Bex, Sabrango was definitely taking a good amount of shots on goals. That was nice. Craig says Sabrango definitely has some offensive pop. Yeah, he almost scored. JC says, my words, but you didn't say I was lying. I didn't live there. I didn't have that experience, right? Real says Colin Campbell made the umpires give the Blue Jays bad calls. That's why they lost. Real says, no, the Mammoth have a lot of former Panthers on their team. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought we were playing in Tampa and the guys were like taking a trip or something. We've got to be out on the road now, right? Everybody get their shit together for this week, eh? We got 4 games at 10 o'clock, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Monday. Did the Dolphins play on Sunday? Next week. I just want to make sure that there's no conflict on that. I know there's a Monday night game that's a conflicted. So no, we play the Bills next week, and then the week after that is the Sunday morning game at 9:30 in the morning. Jeez. All right. Silva says, honestly, if I had to pick 3 teams to tank, it'd be Boston, Buffalo, and Florida. Hey, don't say that. Oh, yeah, Sergachev, Henderson. Yeah, I was always surprised they made that deal. Hey, Simon, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, we had a good time, Simon. We stayed up. We streamed the whole game. Best baseball game I've seen in a long time. Only baseball game I've seen in a long time. Well, we watched Game 6. Game 6 was pretty good too. But for a Game 7, man, when you get into, I was going to say overtime, when you get into extra innings in Game 7, I thought Toronto was going to pull it off and keep us moving. You know what I mean? I thought in the bottom of the 11th there, I thought they were going to pull it off. Dude's bat breaks, man. What bad luck. JC says, I was there in 2010 for the gold medal game. I was not allowed to wear my USA jersey into the pub next to the campus. I had to say I was Cuban just to avoid trouble. Damn. Darkfield says, I hope the Ducks pass the Kings. Oh, there's going to be a lot of passing, right? The standings, it's going to be absurd. I don't know if this is going to be the year where you could write it in stone that if you're not in the playoffs and on Thanksgiving that you're not going to make it. I don't know about that for this year. Mike says their defense has really tightened up since the first 4 or 5 games of the season where we were giving up 30-plus shots a game. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think in regulation we didn't allow 20 again last night. I believe that's the case. Let's see. What did Bubba face last night? 22 shots, but I think they had 5 or 6 shots in overtime. And last night's an example of a game where Bob played fine, but his save percentage is terrible, right? So his save percentage was .864 because we're not giving up any shots. We started off okay, allowing 19 and then 20 shots. And then we allowed 28, 23, 31, 31. And I don't know what changed, but then all of a sudden 17, 17, and 22 last night. But again, that was an overtime. So Bob's save percentage is just a hair back under 900 at 899 right now. You might, yeah, we're giving up the breakaways, but that's kind of what we do, right? That's kind of been our MO is to, when we give up shots, it's grade A chances. You stood outside wearing your jersey, JC. Hey, SoFlo. Yeah, Toronto in Game 7 mixed like water and oil. Man, there's one part of me that feels bad for the Toronto fans. You had it. There were 2 outs away, man, and the dude cranks a home run. Hey, Deadly Flames, it's time to tank for McKenna. I'm sorry, man. I thought you guys were going to make the playoffs this year. Dana says the majority of Canadian fans feel an entitlement. They feel they're better than everybody else. It's true. I'm actually Canadian. Well, Dana would know. Dana would know. I'm just reading what everybody says. The only real experience I have with Canadian people is I grew up, and then I grew up in South Florida, and I lived in the Hollywood area for a couple of years when I was young and spry, and French Canadians were all over the place, and they were pretty cool. And when I was a massage therapist, I had a lot of French Canadian clients that would come down and they'd, call me up when they came down. And I know that they had a reputation for being cheap, but I didn't experience that. But maybe it was just because I was giving them a massage and they treated me right. What I will say about the French Canadian women is that they are not shy. I don't know what's going on in Canada, but there's a big difference between the French Canadian women and the good old American women. Let's just put it that way. JC says the bad company is for sure losing business. I thought about that this morning, JC. Actually, I thought about, hey, man, who made that bat? Because that sucks. The bat busts up. I mean, it's splintered everywhere. And you watch the replay and you can see Kirk's face is just like he knew it, Henderson says, honestly, I think we might not make it. We still have a ridiculous top six, but the bottom six, that's going to be all up to Vasilevsky, right? Simon, what did I say about the Panthers game last night? It's a good thing that we got Brad Marchand. It's the year 2025. If you would have told me when I started this channel that in my 10th season, we would have 2 cups, we would have been to 3 cups in a row, and Brad Marchand was the best player on our team, I don't know if you could have sold me that bill of goods. I don't know. I would have definitely asked for your supplier because and just throw in the fact that Kulikov came back, right? Soflo says, well, here's the thing about save percentage. If there were more shots, he likely would have let in more goal. Well, he doesn't face a lot of easy shots. You know what I mean? Greg says the defense is better than this year than the last 2 years. Cutting down the shots on goal will be beneficial later in the year. Just need to add in timely scoring. Which, by the way, did you guys see Anton Lundell pretend to be Barkov there last night? Huh? He comes all the way back, intercepts the pass. There's a turnover in the zone, starts the rush. Boom, Marchand with the goal. That play had Barkov written all over it. Soflo says Toronto in Game 7 mixed like tequila and good decision making. You will never make good decisions taking tequila. Oh, that's Donna. Donna's just getting home. I see. Okay. Oh, yeah, Dana. Yeah, Henderson's a Lightning fan. Kazuma says Blue Jays losing in the most Toronto fashion, pure cinema. Man. Oh, the time change. We gained an hour. I didn't get any younger. I noticed that too. Ruthless says Celebrini for Art Ross. I enjoy this guy for us. With Celebrini heating up, I feel like our record could get better. I mean, Celebrini's out of his mind right now, right? He was playing well. Oh, come on. I don't want to do that. Let's see. What's he got right now? He's got 7 goals and 11 assists. He's got 18 points in 12 games. The kid is on like a 120-point pace. I mean, that is wild. I mean, he had 63 last year. He's already a third of the way, basically, to his goal total from last season. His shot percentage is 18.9. It's just, that kid is going to be something special. Sharks just need to fix the goaltending situation. What is SoFlo? Haunted houses and epilepsy. How about haunted houses and vertigo? SoFlo, when Kyle and my daughter and I went to the Devil's Playground, they have one of those tubes that spins and spins, and it's got all the light and everything like that. Yeah, I had to close my eyes through that. I just held on to my daughter's hand, and she guided me through it. Holy hell, man. Everything was starting to spin for me. That was not good for me. Rosado, what's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Henderson says, but I would have bought it. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, Rosado, Marchand is best player on the team. It is what it is. End zone fades to Devon Chan. Oh. Oh man. JC says that bat looked like Matthew's stick, no pop, just all bust. Damn. So Kazuma says, how would I rank these in most tense moments? A walk-off home run, an overtime goal, a buzzer beater, or a Hail Mary to win the game? Oh, that's tough. I think it would be between a walk-off home run and an overtime goal. So totally different, right? Because with an overtime goal, there's going to be all the chaos before the puck goes in. But with a walk-off home run, it's just you, right? The crowd's going to be loud, but there's nothing else going on but that pitch and you. It's so different. The buzzer beater, that's cool too. And the Hail Mary, I think football is falling behind in terms of. I could watch enough baseball for baseball to be more popular in my head than football. I know, hungry, right? Hey, Bill, yeah, if Verhage could score. If Verhage could score. I'm trying to convince Kyle to do the baseball channel. But we're not going to do like 162 games of covering the Marlins. That would be absurd. You know what I mean? You know, I don't think I could do that. I would be falling asleep for some of the games. Plus, there are a lot of them in you know, in the spring and everything. They end up being against. Well, when does the season start? Yeah, they up against the Panthers at the same time. That was also a problem. Real, I don't think we're streaming the football today. I wanted to get Kyle to do the Chiefs and Bills, so he might still do it. But we're not going to do any tonight because I was up pretty late last night. It's Donna's night off. And with the 4 10 o'clock games coming this week, I kind of want to take advantage of the chance I had to take today off, or at least tonight. Castle Siege says, I don't care for last night. The Mavericks and Stars owners sue each other. Really? Ay. And that sucks. That sucks, Castle. SoFlo says, I had a dream that I met Brad Marchand and we became friends. Then he saved my life last night and he died tragically while doing it. I woke up so confused. I don't know what I dreamt last night, SoFlo, but Donna had to wake me up at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was screaming bloody murder. I don't remember what it was, but I remember screaming and I remember her waking me up. I don't know what the hell kind of nightmare I was having last night, but it was crazy. I think I had too much coffee because I was drinking coffee and tea during the baseball game. So I don't think it was too smart on my part. Hey, Emperor King. Rosado says, do like 30 games. Yeah, I might convince Kyle to do it. We'll see. It would be interesting. The only concern I have about it, Rosado, is when new people find the channel, and I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about because I haven't watched baseball in so long. I don't want to get dragged. You know what I mean? The stream would have to be, it would have to be known that I'm not quite a baseball novice, but like a lot of the new rules and stuff, I don't know about how the intricacies of a lot of the new rules are. JC says the countersuit from the Stars is for breach of contract dating 20 years. Mavs suing because the Stars office isn't in Dallas, though it's never been. Good grief. Sovolo says, I've always had the opinion that playoff baseball is the most exciting form of playoffs simply because there's no clock. Every pitch is the highest amount of suspense, and the crowd pops are top tier. Well, we had fun with it. Definitely. And I like the pace to the game. So much better than football, where football, my God, 3 and out, punt, commercial. 3 and out, punt, commercial. It's just brutal. Zuma says I could do baseball channel starting in the summer right after the playoffs. I mean, yeah, I'll talk to Kyle about it. I mean, I don't have to have Kyle to do it. You know what I mean? My eyes are good enough. I can call a baseball game. So maybe, you know what I mean? What the hell? Hungry says you have a good chance to grow a baseball channel if I do the what is the WBC? World Baseball Classic? Because that's what it's called, the World Baseball Championships happening next March. All right. I'll keep that in mind. No, we don't get trick-or-treaters here, Simon. We don't get trick-or-treaters. Craig says baseball is boring to the World Series. I might be able to make it exciting. We'd have to make it fun. You know what I mean? JC says, I think this is just a chip the Mavs are tossing in a bid to leave for Vegas, all because the casino bill here in Texas got shut down. I know, Colin. He says, we need Kyle to lock in with the lifting. We can't let 2 consecutive goals happen again. For those of you that don't know what Colin is talking about, when we stream, I lift when we get scored on. And I've got a bad pull of a muscle in my back, and I re-aggravated it a couple of days ago. So I told Kyle for at least a month in November, he's got to lift. So as soon as we got scored upon, Kyle was acting like I must have just been kidding. And I was like, you got to go lift. He's like, he didn't really want to go do it. And while he was hemming and hawing about going to do it, we got scored on again. So I gotta cut that clip though too. Thank you for reminding me, Colin. I wanted to put that out. Henderson says, I like baseball, but it's a lot easier to check out during the season than it is other sports. Sure. Hey, Universal Habs, as a French Canadian, I swear like a sailor. Yeah, we used to just sit and listen to the games, Henderson. Baseball on the radio is pretty good because you can do other things, and then the announcers kind of let you know what I mean? You can kind of keep track of things a little bit easier over the radio. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it and see if he just wants to partake in it from time to time. I enjoy doing it, and I'm kind of already I'm kind of already in the whole do sports on YouTube as a living thing. You know what I mean? So maybe it would just be smart for me to expand to baseball. Rosado says I can tell Kyle likes baseball. Yeah, I don't. Rosado, I mean, he don't watch baseball during the season. He reads about it, but then when the playoffs come, he knows like all of the players, and he knows like the owners of the teams and the general manager and all the storylines. It's like in there. I'm just amazed because he doesn't watch it. Like I could watch the Dolphins play every week, and I'm like, who's the left tackle? The brain don't work the same way. Yeah, we did have some baseball people join the chat. Yeah, no, we had a good crowd last night. I was surprised. Kazuma says nothing beats a last-minute goal in a World Cup or a league final in soccer with 90,000 fans. That's interesting. Yeah. Soflo says playoff hockey is great, but in your opinion, the first 2 rounds is always the best. So much chaos, right? World Baseball Classic. It's the most exciting baseball in the market. So Hungry, I'll have to look at that. Is it major league players like what hockey did with the regular players? I would assume that's what it is. Henderson says watching baseball is good. Chatting baseball absolutely sucks now. It's all whip and FIP and all sorts of other acronyms designed to convince me that my own eyes are liars. Well, you wouldn't find any of that with me, that's for sure. I'm old school. That ump last night was giving me anxiety. Like David was saying, he expanded the strike zone up and down, but not side by side. He was fairly consistent. But boy, I thought they might have blown that play at home plate where the catcher stepped off and then got back on it. There was an above view that showed he got it back, but it was close. Can you imagine if they would have lost on that? Castle says if we move to Plano, Texas from Dallas, the traffic's going to suck. Oh, man. How bad? How long did it take you? So Showflow says Kansas City beats Buffalo today. They meet in the conference championship. Buffalo wins and is beaten by Detroit in the Super Bowl. I picked the Ravens, so don't ask me. I'm bad juju when I pick a team to win when I pick them to win the Super Bowl. I picked the Ravens. Mike says he thinks I should do every Marlins game from now until March. I can commit to that. I absolutely can commit to that, Mike. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, everyone. Okay, thank you, Hungry. Oh, I don't know if I could do soccer, Simon. I don't know if I could do soccer. Baseball I can do because I played soccer, but I was a kid. I can call a baseball game. It's fun. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll call it a soccer game. You'd have to have some other subject of conversation to do a soccer game. Kazuma says World Baseball Classic is like mini Olympics. Japan beating USA in the last one was a thrilling game. Hey, Omega. All right, Henderson. Enjoy your day. Rosado says maybe do like 3 games a week. I might consider it, Rosado. You know what I mean? Can't hurt. I'm trying to add as much as I can, as many excuses to stream as I possibly can. SoFlo says in the WBC, there's always a chunk of players that aren't in the major leagues as well, which is fun to see them integrate and contribute to their country. Not good enough to be in the MLB, but make it to the WBC. Interesting. Oh, I got to check my. Hold on a second. Am I signed in? No, I think I already checked my lineup. I already took care of my lineup. Yeah, I saw Kazuma's post and it reminded me about fantasy football. Kazuma says, my brother is so pissed he got second in fantasy football in his job because he decided to bench Lamar Jackson since he thought he would not be good against the Dolphins, you mean? Saihan. Oh, good question. When Cabrera gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, Marlins fans should still celebrate since it was with them that he won his only ring. Yeah. I remember that. Boy, the guys that we've traded away. At the Marlins, it's just been tough. Zuma says you can do World Cup games next year. I'm sure you'll get viewers and maybe they will come over to the channel. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the thing to do would just open up a Flying Fluffy Sports, right? To kind of combine everything into one. We'll see. I'll just simulcast to like 8 channels at once and get 8 times the ad revenue. Hey, Fisherman Isles, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think the Isles aren't looking. The Isles aren't looking so hot right now, unfortunately. I mean, there's still only a guy. They got 11 points. Is what it is. It's still crazy with the goal differentials with the teams, though. Like, again, in the Metro, there's only one team with a negative goal differential, and that's the Islanders. And they're at -3. And the Senators are at -3, and they're in third place. Hungry says, last WBC, Ohtani got struck out by a Czech electrician. Yeah, Hungry. I thought Yager was going to retire, but I guess he's continuing to play. Why not, right? Hey, Mike. Oh, yeah, you're a Braves fan because when you grew up in South Florida, there wasn't a team. Yeah, I couldn't stand the Braves. I was a Dodgers fan. I couldn't stand them. Suffice, he says, call me crazy, but this road trip can make or break our season. I mean, it's a little early for that. I don't know about crazy. I think we just need to give me 4 out of the 8 points. I don't care how we get it. I don't care if we lose every game in overtime. Give me 4 out of the 8 points. You know what I mean? Though it'd probably be better to win a couple games in regulation. Because there's going to be some funky tiebreakers come playoff time, I'm sure. Emperor, yeah. Yeah, when they made that 3-run home run, when they got that 3-1 lead, that's what I was saying. It's like, man, these poor Toronto fans, they think they're going to win this game. They're going to be all sorts of verklempt when they come back and blow it in the ninth. I didn't mean for it to happen. You just kind of knew, right? Rosado, you have a 34% chance. Oh, you have a 34% chance of winning in your football. Yes, Frosty, give me 4 points. I would take that. I know we traded Mike Piazza. Maybe Rosado. Maybe it might be Flying Fluffy Sports again. I mean, I'm not going to change any of the channels I have now. Yeah, Ashley. Good to see you, Ashley. Colin says, hopefully things in the East begin to average out soon. I find it hard to believe that the East will be this close at some point, right? At some point, it's got to even out. Montreal looking pretty good. Well, especially the way Dobish is playing. Like, we thought, that Montevo was going to have to be the guy again, but Dobish right now, he's won 6 of the 6 starts. He's got a 1.97 and a 9.30. He's 6-0 with a 1.97 and a 9.30. I mean, that's a problem if he continues. Flame says there's a lot of players that might get moved from Calgary. Yeah, but who's going to pay them? I mean, nobody's going to take Huberdeau's contract unless Calgary is going to eat like 30%, And then with Uyghur, what was Uyghur's deal? How much did he get? What is that? 6.6 and a quarter? You might be able to move Uyghur. You might be able to move him. Yeah, but I don't know about Huberdeau. I don't think Huberdeau is not. You guys are stuck. I feel bad, man. In a way, he's got his 2 goals now. He's got 5 points in 8 games. I mean, it is what it is. 3rd overall pick, but Florida took his best years. Now was that. I don't know who else you guys are going to move. I know some people think, where's the roster? I know some people think Kadri will get moved. He's playing pretty well. Yeah, Islanders. Schaefer's is a star, no doubt. Kazuma says, imagine Montreal winning it all. I could see McDavid jumping ship right there. Would they have room? Would they have money for him? I think Montreal is not that there's nobody that doesn't need Connor McDavid, but I don't think they need Connor McDavid. They're in good shape. Safasi says Sabrango can be our next Montour. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Safasi. That's kind of what I saw in him a little bit of Montour there. He's only played, like, I think last night was like his 5th game. I don't understand. Let me find his page. Donovan Sabrango. Like, what caused them to give up on him? So he was drafted by Detroit in the 3rd round. And then I guess he never played for Detroit. He played 2 games for Ottawa 2 years ago and 2 games for Ottawa this year. And then they tried to send him back to the AHL, and we picked him up. I don't know. He must have been part of, I think somebody said he was part of he was traded by Ottawa, traded to Ottawa by Detroit with Kubiak, a conditional 1st, and a 4th round pick for DeBrincat in 23. So he was a piece of the DeBrincat trade, and then Ottawa just, he's only he's 23. He's 6'2", 223. He looks like he's got the tools. And if we could develop this guy, what a heist by Zito. Vitality says, I enjoy Canucks fans saying they want Bedard from us. Like, nah, we're good. Yeah, I don't think so. Right? Mike says, I don't think the Flames would have a problem moving anybody right now, even if they have a no move clause. I mean, who's going to take Huberdeau's contract? I mean, if they're going to eat 30% of Huberdeau's deal, maybe. But, I mean, he's on the hook for how many more years is his contract? He's only in year 3. Like, how are you going to, it's 10.5. You're going to have to at least get that number down to 7.5, 8 at the most. And then somebody's got to, you're talking about 5-6 more years. I just don't see how, I don't see who's going to take that on. Fatality says Blackhawks missed the playoffs, but the amount of fight we give teams, I say the dark days in Chicago are slowly going away. Completely agree. You're welcome for the goalie, by the way. It was a good trade. We got what we needed. You got what you needed. Fair deal. Colin says maybe it's of wanting him to get more playing time under his belt for Sabrango. I'm not sure I understand, Colin. It's wanting. Right. Yeah, but I just don't understand why I guess they wanted to send him to the AHL, which makes sense. It makes sense, but it's the tough part of some of these contracts. You can lose guys. Flame says GM Conroy has a lot of decisions to make. It feels like Mike Vernon era again. Yeah, the Flames Flames salary cap. They've got cap space, which is crazy right now. They've got, unless somebody has an LTIR that I don't know about, Puckpedia is showing they got $13.5 million of cap space. Huberto's got a full no move. Kadri's got a modified. Coronado's not going anywhere. Sharangovich probably, maybe not, maybe. Blake Coleman, $5 million, got a no move. Backlund's got a full no move. They can give us Lomberg. We'll take Lomberg back. I don't know where he's going to play. And then McKenzie leads the way on defense, and he's got a complete no trade clause that's modified in a couple of years. If somebody could get McKenzie for like $5 million a year, he'd be worth it. There's nobody else. Rasmus Anderson also has a no trade. He's on the last year of his deal, so you would expect him to get moved. You would expect that at some point. Kazuma says, so out of the roads games, which do I think we have a shot to get some points? Well, we play the Sharks. So where are we? Oh, come on. Just give me the... Hold on a second. Let me get back to it. We got the Ducks, Kings, Sharks, Knights. I think we got a good chance of getting points against the Kings and Sharks. Ducks, maybe. The Knights, I don't know. On the road, 4 games in a row at 10 o'clock. That last game against Vegas. I know we beat them pretty good last time, so no guarantees. But Kings and Sharks, I feel good about. Rosado says Miguel Rojas' wife said he was going to hit a home run in the World Series. Yeah, Craig. Talking about Schwint could definitely be a project worth investing in. Zito's made a couple of good pickups here, right? Sharky, yeah, you guys could take anyone's contract, right? Frosty, would I try to move Uvis? No. You need depth. We need depth. You know what I mean? Is disappointed in Balinska's play as I've been at times. Something happens to Mikkola or anybody. You're going to want to be able to have Balinskis to move into those lineup spots because he's so familiar with the system and everything. Colin, yeah, I'm all for a Kulikov-Sabrango bottom pair. Absolutely. Am I going to see Maroon 5? Nah. My concert days are over, Rosado. Certainly my rock concert days are over. Hey, thank you, John. Thank you, bud. Overrated Blue Jays lose. Thank you, John. Appreciate that, bud. Joyful says, I've thought about it. You guys can have Levi back. Well, we can't give you back Reinhardt. You just want all the stress to go away. Oh, Rosado, I had to think about that. I don't have the memory of them all, to be honest. I like the ones. There was a one, I think it was World of Motion. I forget the name of it. It was when I went to it early on when it first opened up. I like the old one with the hydrolators over there where I forget what the name of it was by where the aquarium and everything is. Vitality says seeing Taves in a Jets jersey looks wrong. Burn Oil says little Steve Dangle morning this morning. He may need a checkup. I saw the video he did about the hockey game. Poor dude. He can't win for losing, man. Yeah, Kulikov-Sabrango would be nice. Yeah, the Living Seas, Rosado. Yeah. Yeah, Epcot was fun when it first opened up. It was really cool. There was this one place, I know it's off topic, but there was this one place where you could go and you'd get all these like really weird soda samples. I forget the name of the thing, but you just went in. It was a little cubby hole, and you went in, and they had like all these sodas and flavors and stuff that they didn't have here in the United States, and it's pretty cool. Club Cool, yeah, Rosado, yeah. Capital says Capital scoring chances are drying up now. That's another team. There's going to be more changes in the Eastern Conference this year for sure. I'm not sure what the hell is going on here, but maybe it's Armageddon. I don't know what it is, but the Eastern Conference is just an absolute mess. Just what I would do is just take $5 and place a bet on every team to make the playoffs at this point. Is anybody, maybe not the Flyers, but I mean, the Rangers have won 3 straight. You know, it's just a lot. All right, everybody, go watch football. Was that Rosado, the touch screen technology? Yeah. I remember we used to wait in line to send a picture over email, and we thought it was like, oh my God, we're sending a picture over email. It was crazy. Oh, hey, hi, Ashley. Bye, Ashley. Yeah, Deadly Flames. Yeah, the Oilers will be fine. So, yep, good game on the Dodgers again. All right, everybody, go watch football. Go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to cease to exist for the rest of the day, and then I'll be right back here tomorrow at noon. And then everybody be ready for this week. 4 of them at 10 o'clock. I'll have a stream schedule out because we're going to do those games. But obviously with the late nights, I'm going to have some other streams going on because, there's going to be nothing going on at 6, 7 o'clock at night. So we'll work on that. We'll have some content out for sure. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Go enjoy your Sunday.